What impact for the new Ethereum update? Crypto news of the day. Hello and welcome to the Crypto News channel. Today we are going to talk about Ethereum and the next update that is coming. We have the date of the update called Shanghai. I tell you all about this subject and the impact it could have on the price of this crypto. We will also talk about stable coins. We have a fight that is being born between the USDC and the IUSDT. We will also talk about a new blockchain which has just carried out the merge like Ethereum. And also the FTX affair again, we will talk about and lots of other things. For those who don't know the channel, every day the best of cryptocurrency news. Remember to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss anything. We'll start right away with the course of cryptocurrencies. Today we have a Bitcoin at $17,000 plus 1.5%, and Ether also plus 2%, BNB up slightly also in its entirety. In fact, the market it is more 1.24%. Now I wanted to share an offer with you. If you sign up for Binance, the world's #1 exchange, with my link in the description and you are eligible, then you will receive a Cristiano Ronaldo NFT. So it's valid until December 19. So you have to register until December 19, and on December 19 you will automatically receive in your account the NFT Ronaldo CR7, so it can be a nice little gift for Christmas. Now let's move on to the news. We have the Ethereum Shanghai update. We have the provisional date which is scheduled for March 2023. The main update of the hard fork includes the possibility of withdrawing the ethers which are stored. So we recall that the currently stacked ethers which report a return of 5, 6, 7% depending on the period. These are ethers which cannot be withdrawn, and all validators who validate, those who have 32 ether minimum for validate transactions, are blocked until the implementation of this feature. And so there are some who have had them for more than a year, even 2 years. The good news is that it really happens much sooner, which was always planned RS. That is 6 to 12 months after the merge. As it took place in September, we are more around 6 months than 12 months. Will they now respect this March date? After what you need to know about the price aspect, it's also a bit of bad news actually. Why? Because these ethers that are staked, there are currently a lot of them. There are some, it represents several billion ethers. To be precise, $19 billion in ether, including 15 million ethers that are on this contract, which can now be unlocked by validators. After all, the good news is that it can't happen all at once. There are kind of queues, let's say, to get out of this Bitcoin chain, so it can't happen all at once. It's going to happen little by little, but it can still lead to regular sales pressure on the ether which are stacked. Good, honestly, I don't think it will have an impact in the long term. On the contrary, it is better to have the real price of ether as soon as possible, i.e., without artificial limit. Now let's talk about this stable coin war. Coinbase, which has just launched an attack against USDT by offering a free conversion feature from USDT to USDC to all users on the platform at no cost. So it goes through the Coinbase conversion function. Attention, you really have to go to simple conversion and not the trading function to have the conversion with 0 fees. After that, it's not guaranteed to be 1-to-1 because it's based on the market price when you're going to trade USDT for USDC, but usually it's very close to 1. They're clearly in the process of come switch to USDC in the most reputable stablecoin that is not trusted the most. And the events of the past few weeks have shown that there were, shall we say, risks. He takes advantage of all the buzz around FTX. The loss of confidence in crypto is normal. We don't forget that Coinbase, they co-founded USDC with Circle. It's their stablecoin. Binance did the same thing with a kind of automatic conversion of its stablecoin, the Binance USD, BUSD. So it's a bit of a good war. We will say the big platforms are each pushing their stable coins. Now I wanted to tell you about the Gnosis chain, which has been launched now for some time. It was formerly XDAI. They just made the merge too, so they merged on their various blockchains. Before, they were in proof authority with not many validators, about 20 validators. There, they passed, let's say in proof of stake similar to Ethereum on more than 100,009, so that's much more decentralized. It's a good thing, and it was felt at the level of the token price. Now, I wanted to talk to you about FTX. SBF, who finally agreed to come before Congress, explain themselves next week in the United States on Sir Tout El FTX business is something people have asked him to do. At first he refused, and finally, under pressure, he agreed. Congress could somehow force him to bring him in, but it would have been more complicated. Finally, he agrees to come voluntarily. After good, he gives interviews everywhere, there he will do the same. I think of Congress. I don't know. I'm sorry. It was, we just didn't pay attention and it's not at all intentional. Well, that's the speech he's always been making to us. We still have some kind of fight on Twitter between CZ and SBF. CZ, the president of Binance. The two have been looking for each other for some time too. Session drama. You will be able to find the muscular exchanges on their account. What I remember is that there were tensions during the buyout of the shares of FTX. CZ at the last moment of the negotiation wanted $75 million more when the deal had already been concluded and that SBF had to give in. Now let's talk about the OpenSea platform. I have two news about OpenSea. The first is that they are still changing their positioning on royalties. They keep changing on this subject. They had launched a tool to be able to force the implementation of royalties. They were criticized on the subject because it was too controlled by OpenSea. Eventually they said, okay, we will try to decentralize all this by partnering with several other companies, and they expect various projects to join them to implement this, such as LooksRare, Blur, SudoSwap. And the other point, it actually shifts to January the deadline to use this tool for the new collections that are going to launch, because they initially announced in November. Finally, he shifts in January, and he also puts in place the optional part on the royalties. In short, are in the process of looking for themselves. They have a confused discourse on the aspect around the royalties of NFTs, and they risk losing market share. And there is also a fight on the Solana ecosystem at the NFT level between Magic Eden, so the marketplace which is at the origin of the NFT standard on Solana. There is a fight currently on the Metaplex standard and the NFTs, because in fact we have Magic Eden and other entities that actually say that Metaplex, they have too much control over NFT Solana. Because Metaplex, they have the ability to modify NFTs, the metadata of any NFT, which use their standard, so it's extremely centralized. This is something that we do not observe, for example, on the Ethereum ecosystem, with like the ERC20 format, people with the ability to modify the metadata. On Solana this is the case strangely. Suddenly they are saying we have to find a way to decentralize all this. Tell me in the comments what you think of it. Imagine even a hacking of Metaplex the key like which allows to modify all that it is stolen. There is a problem. That would really be a big topic. So here is what I saw on the crypto news of the day. Hope you enjoyed the content. If so, don't hesitate to subscribe, like, and see you in the next video.